Alright, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. And for the Sagittarius that I'm speaking to today, I'm seeing that there's something that you care a lot about. You're putting a lot of your energy into it. But there could be some struggles with whatever this is. There's something about this that could be kind of exhausting for you. And so as those struggles build up, you start to doubt it or lose faith in this or whatever it is. But I do see that you're manifesting something really beautiful here. So Spirit has some messages for you about this. And I'm going to dive in deeper in a second. But before I do, I just want to say thank you so much for receiving this reading. If you would like a personal reading, I do offer them. And you can email me down below in the description box for more information about personal readings. And if this reading resonates with you, please take a second to like and subscribe, as that helps me connect deeper with your energy. And if you're listening to this reading in January of 2025, then I should tell you that I'm offering a tarot class in February. It'll be live interactive on Zoom for 8 weeks, every Sunday for an hour and a half. And I'm offering it at a sliding scale rate, so it'll be accessible to pretty much anyone. It'll be affordable. And if you want more information about that, if you'd like to learn tarot with me in that class, please send me an email for more information. Like I said, my email is down below in the description box, or you can check out my community page for more information about that. But let's dive in here, Sagittarius. Your overall energy is the Three of Pentacles. So I see you, there's very much a manifestation here, something that you're working on, something that you really want to see show up in your physical world. But it could feel like it's kind of on pause, or it's not really moving forward and you don't quite understand why. There could have been like a bunch of blocks in the road and you didn't really know why they were there, or they came up by surprise. And I see you here really trying to figure it out with that Seven of Pentacles in your recent past. Let's take a look there. You're showing me I put a lot into this. So why isn't it working out? Yeah, you're like, what else do I need to do to make this work? Should I put my energy here? Should I put my energy there? Should I invest more in this? Should I connect more with this person? Like, what is it that would make this work out? And for some of you, this could be a physical project, like in your career. It could be a home renovation. For others of you, I'm seeing this as like a destination, maybe in your love life. Like maybe you want a partnership or something, but it's like there's something specific that you want to accomplish, or like a place that you want to get to, and you're like, I'm willing to put in the work, just tell me what I need to do. And it's not working out for some reason, maybe the way that you expected, and that's becoming very tiring. But I'm actually seeing here that these things that are showing up as blockages, as bumps in the road, are actually not complete stops. They're just redirections. So it's like something's not working out for a time, possibly because it's not meant to work out right now, or it's just not meant to work out in the way that you're expecting it to. The oracle cards that I have for you today are the Miser, Consciousness, and Isolation. So you could feel like you're going through a sort of dark night of the soul where you're having to face some really difficult things there. You could be having to face like this question of why you don't have everything that you want. And through isolation, you're being forced to have like this process of understanding, and you're learning a lot, but it's also difficult. So if you're resonating with this reading, Spirit's saying, I'm here with you in this, Sagittarius. It's not necessarily like what you think it is. I'm also seeing here the Justice card and the Sun card just came out. So there's this reassurance, like everything's gonna be okay. If anything, you might be putting in a lot of effort into something here and not really seeing results. And if that's the case, just know that there's some sort of divine plan at play, and you might actually have to take your foot off the gas if you're putting in all this effort and you're not getting anything back. Let's take a look at that with the Nine of Wands, Six of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Fool. You're showing me like I tried over and over again with an open heart. I was inspired, things felt really good, and it didn't work out, and I'm tired. And this could go back to a specific experience that you had or a specific connection from your past where you kind of put all your eggs in that basket and you were like, this is it, I'm going for it. At one point, it felt really good. And then I really see you getting burned in that experience or that not working out. And now you kind of have these boundaries up, or you're like really exhausted because you're like, I've been trying. Look at that time when I tried and it didn't work out. But it leads to a bit of a deceptive energy because you start to lose faith in like the whole thing and possibly in new experiences or new opportunities, new partnerships that are trying to come towards you. It's like now you don't trust them as much because you're like, well, I trusted before and look where it got me. But that's a bit of a deceptive energy because the new things that are coming in are not the old things, right? They're new. But you're not necessarily going to see that clearly if you're seeing it through a lens of pain and disappointment. And that's really what you're showing me here. When I clarified the 5 of Swords, I got the 2 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords. So you're not seeing things clearly because you're kind of seeing it through this lens of like worst case scenario. What if this happens and that happens? What if everything just goes to shit? Is sort of the mentality here. And I understand why, because you're showing me, you may have, for some of you, really hit rock bottom. Like you might have felt like you lost everything at some point. And that's going to be really difficult to contend with, and it's going to affect how you move forward. But there's something here about having an awareness of how you're approaching the situation, because your wish could just plop into your lap and you're not even going to see it for what it is if you're focused on how terrible things are or how terrible they could be. And so there could be a need for a bit of a shift of perspective. Now, having said that, I do see that you're still on your way to this manifestation, right? Like you're still desiring this, or you put the manifestation out there, it's still trying to come and meet you. But you're a little bit worse for wear. And there's a need for you to kind of relax your defenses. And you might feel like, I'm not defensive, I'm fine, and that's all good and well. But those defenses could even be showing up mentally in terms of being pessimistic or telling yourself that things can only happen a certain way. Those also are defenses, are resistances. And so Spirit's asking you to just rest your mind a little bit there and be aware of where you might be blocking yourself. All right, let's take a look at this manifestation that you have. In the center of the reading, you have the Lovers, which some people would say that has to do with the soul connection. I'm kind of seeing it as your manifestation, whatever that is. So it could be a relationship, it could be something else. But that's really the meat and potatoes here. Again, I see it trying to come in towards you and then like this struggle around it. And, there could be some choice that you're struggling to make, or there could be an experience you had that led to a struggle. And there's a struggle there. And it's attached to this manifestation. But what you're not seeing is that it's all sort of part of the package. In order to bring whatever this is in, you have to move with a certain level of confidence, right? Like you have to feel that spark of inspiration, and it has to flow with your energy. And, think back to a time where, someone presented an idea to you and you were really excited about it. And instantly you were like, I know exactly where I want to start. This feels really good. That is sort of the energy that you need to manifest whatever this is. And if your energy is tangled up, right, you're not going to flow with your own energy. You're not going to flow with the energy around you. And so you could have all the opportunities in the world coming towards you. You could have people showering resources on you. You could have that manifestation sitting in your lap. And if you are struggling that deeply and you're not tapped into that inspiration, that passion, that, all right, I got it, I'm going to move towards it, then you're not going to be able to reach out and take those things. And so there's a part of you that's kind of disconnected from that sense of inspiration and confidence and passion. And you're on a journey to reconnecting with whatever that is. And so if it feels like things are moving slowly or they're not happening for you, it's actually because you're on a journey to connecting with your own sense of purpose, your own sense of inspiration, your own sense of passion. And once you connect with that feeling, that's when you're going to kind of click into place and this manifestation is going to come in. And so it's going to feel slow in the meantime, but it's because you're on this sort of parallel journey inside yourself where you align with your own sense of confidence. Yeah, you're on your way there. You can kind of see your destination in front of you, feeling confident, feeling good, and also reaching this manifestation. But you might also feel like you're kind of far away from that point. You're on your way there. You're on your way there. It's just going to feel somewhat slow to you, especially if you're kind of impatient. And so there's something here also about being patient with the process and like being present with yourself. And part of what could be getting that energy tangled up is this sense of like, I need to be there now, or like this anxiety. Oftentimes we really will get in our heads, and to connect to an intuitive place, you kind of have to get out of your head and say, I'm fine exactly where I am. Just do what feels right. And so I do see you eventually coming to a place where the mental struggle stops and that tangledness inside of you, that's your energy, that also stops. And it's in that quieter place that you're able to step into that place of confidence and passion. The difference here is knowing that everything's going to be okay versus stressing about, is everything going to be okay? And again, it comes down to confidence. It comes down to that inner knowing and trusting. And you have to sort of just know that you're going to get there, that your manifestation is going to come in. If you put a manifestation out to the universe, but it comes with all this doubt, the universe is going to be like, okay, well, are you really ready to receive this? Do you really know that it's coming in? You have to have that belief, that inner belief that this thing is coming in, because it is. But like I said, you're not going to be able to receive it if you're questioning it. Yeah, because then what happens is not only are you questioning it, but every time you put your energy into this manifestation, it comes with all this other sort of junk. It comes with all this conflict, all this doubt, all this anxiety, tension, struggle, all of these things. And you get foggy and confused in terms of actually being able to receive that energy back. And so all of that is kind of asking to be quieted, to be put to a rest. And so there's this death process that kind of is about to happen within you, but it's just the death of the anxiety, the death of the fragmentation that really opens way to peace, harmony, acceptance. And that is when your manifestation actually has room to come in. There we go. For the Death card, we get the Chariot, the Hierophant, the Knight of Pentacles. So once you quiet all of that anxiety and all that conflict, it's like things start to get moving. And not only do things start to get moving, but it comes with a feeling of, this is correct. Like, I'm moving in the right direction. You get this sort of confirmation both within you and from outside of you that, yeah, I'm moving in the right direction. And you stop worrying so much about, am I moving in the right way? Am I moving at the right pace? Because you have this sense of everything's fine. Everything's moving as it's supposed to be. let's get 3 cards of advice for you. Page of Wands, 10 of Wands, 5 of Swords. There's going to be times where you want to revert back to all of the stress, all of that tangled energy, the heaviness, the burden, because that is what you're used to. And the question is, when you're faced with that energy, what are you going to do? Are you going to put energy into it, or are you going to cope with it? Are you going to deal with it? Are you going to confront it? There's a lot of need for grounding here, and for some of you, this could have to do with something in your inner child, like an insecurity that you had that hasn't yet been faced. There's something in that tangled up feeling, in that pain, that's trying to be confronted and ultimately transmuted. And it's time for you to transmute. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope that this helps. I hope that this resonates, and I'll see you next time.